It's an easy argument that Southern California is a key hub of the American motorcycle industry, so there's more pressure than ever on the stars of American flat track to perform here. The Vance Hines SoCal Half Mile, presented by Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorneys. All right, AJ, we're racing here in Southern California. What's it all about?
Half-mile racetrack, multiple groove, gets rutted up, but the bigger thing is long straightaways, tight corners, so you can carry a ton of speed in, but unfortunately at some point you got to get those bikes stopped.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see what lines develop and how the track changes throughout this event.
Yeah, you get a little, you get that podium, and all of a sudden that energy shows up. They show up tonight so far, starting on the front row, has a great chance.
Dan Bromley starting only 9th. He's going to have to come from behind. When you look at the Russ Brown starting grid here, same thing for Shayna, his teammate in the Red Bull KTM, only starting 11th. So they're going to have to make some passes. We have 15 laps in which to do it. 17 riders here in the half mile in Paris. We're focused in on Ryan Wells. Let's go racing. Good start by Janish down on the inside. He won the last race, but he drifts up high immediately, gives the lead up, and Morgan Mishler from 3rd to 1st. Ryan Wells, how did he do that? He went from 4th to 1st in one turn.
Ryan Wells gets in the corner, kind of slides up, does the diamond, gets the drive off the corner. To the lead he goes.
Woo, Shayna Texter all the way down to the bottom, taking huge chances to make up ground early. It didn't quite pay off. She's about 6th, I'd say, right now, with Wells in the lead and Ingerbritsen right behind him on the 54.
This Paris racetrack starting to slicken up a little bit. Riders having to find different lines, try everywhere they can to find that little bit of grip. It's all about trying to not make a mistake right now. Being smooth. Chad Coase in 6th, stalling 7th. Dan Bromley right now, he's been quick, but hasn't shown that pace to go win a race. He needs to drive up through the field here running 8.
Yeah, he's running the number 1 because he is your defending champ. But this is the guy to beat this year, Dalton Gauthier, and he's doing it by being strong on every type of racetrack. We visited, he just made the move on Mishler for 3rd. Meanwhile, up front, let's get an update on your leader.
Ryan Wells said, "This is my wheelhouse. With the changes that we've made to the bikes, I think we have got it. These paper clips are more racy. You can make passes on entrance in the corners. You can use the outside. This fits Ryan Wells' style, and you can see it in his racing tonight, guys."
And now Bromley's going to go from outside to inside, and Morgan Mishler's going to get pushed all the way out. Bromley passes 2 riders in one spot, trying to salvage some points. And look at this battle. Janish, Bromley, Coase, Mishler, short end of that stick. Mishler was 2nd at our Atlanta short track earlier in the year. Keeps experimenting with these high lines. Love the way this racetrack has formed.
Fantastic racing all the way through the pack here. Bromley still trying to work away around Janish. Coase still working on Bromley.
Yeah, everywhere Bromley goes to try to make a pass, Coase says, cool, I'm going to take a different line and try to get you back. Meanwhile, finally, a little bit of breathing room for your leader, Wells, who has been under fire from Ingerbritsen the entire way. 1 lap to go. This would be huge for Wells if he can hold on. Didn't even grab a top 10 finish until our last race when he was 3rd. He has a huge hole to dig out of in the championship standings. But this would be a major boost of momentum for your 2016 singles champ, and he knows he has it. Look at the emotion. Ryan Wells and Estenson Yamaha take the SoCal half mile. Ingerbritsen, a first career podium. Look at the team. That's his mechanic, Nick Daniels, and Nick's son, Dallas, will be racing with us as a pro in the future. They're just as pumped to see their man take the victory as well. Bromley managed to get up to 4th, just ahead of Janish. And Texter 9th. Good run there. Wow, this was a very competitive main event position, swapping all the way around, except one of them. This guy holds on for the win.
Ryan Wells, the embraces by your team and friends. A big win for you tonight. What was it that you guys have figured out with these Estenson Racing Yamahas?
Holy smokes, man. I've won a couple pro singles races now, and this one by far is the most emotional one. You go through these periods of racing and it feels like people lose faith in you, so to be able to give the gift of a race win to the Estenson Racing crew after they stuck behind me, they believed in me, and they gave me an opportunity. It's phenomenal. Me and Nick Daniels and his son Dallas, man, those guys, they've been busting their butt. Dallas trains with me every day, and this is huge. I can't thank everybody. Estenson Racing, Monster Energy, Yamaha. We went back to the drawing board. We know we got a good motorcycle, and we stopped just trying to reinvent the wheel, and we went back to what we all believed in. we started believing in that, and things have gone a lot smoother.
So we're ready to go. Here's your grid. One rider we haven't talked about much is Jared Mees.
Yeah, Jared Mees just been struggling all day. Hasn't been able to find the pace. Starting 15th. We're going to find out what his championship is right now. Having to start 15th, see if he can ride up through the field, get on the podium.
He got the win in Texas 2 weeks ago, and we thought, here comes a Jared Mees win streak, but it has not broken that way. Bauman is still the man to beat on the 14. Whoa, what happened there? I think we got a jump on the start. And it's J.D. Beach who jumped the start, last week's winner. And he has to go to the back of the grid, so even more adversity for him. Wow, that's a heartbreaker. So back to the start we go. You see that 69 on the inside. That is Halbert on the Harley. Can he use that? A couple riders have used the outside high line, so you want to watch for that 44 of Robinson. We're underway here in California. Great start for the 72. The 45-year-old Larry Pegram has it. No, wait, the outside line is going to work, and it's Bronson Bauman on the 37. Halbert and Vanderkoy, the factory Harleys are there. And Robinson from fourth, possibly to first. He's elbow to elbow with Bronson Bauman, and he has it.
Robinson leans on Bronson into turn 3, goes from fourth to the lead. Takes the lead. Sammy Halbert slides into second here off of turn 2, but Bronson, great drive off the top. Back to second. We're side by side down turn 3.
Yeah, Bronson trying to come back, so it's Indian versus Harley Davidson. Bronson on the outside. I think he might be able to hold Halbert off. Unbelievable action early. What, we had 4 leaders in turns 1 and 2 to start it. I think Halbert has finally made it stick. Yes, and Bronson almost threw it away, so that's going to help Sammy lock it down, and then throws in a wheelie for good measure. He is definitely hooked up.
Sammy Halbert, quick to second, all over Brandon Robinson for the lead, trying to get that factory Harley into turn 1, trying to take the lead.
And now we see it. The red flag is out. There is Wiles, so the veteran is okay on the 17. But not the result he's going to want tonight. Let's see if we got some footage of what happened to Wiles here. And we have it actually from the onboard with Briar Bauman. There is a 17 of Wiles.
Yeah, we see here as he goes in the corner into turn 3, seems okay, starting to slide, hits a bump in the racetrack, loses the front tire, goes down, but fortunately enough, he's okay.
Yeah. There's Briar Bauman just doing what he needs to do. He's your points leader, and no matter what has been thrown at him this year, he has been solid. He's doing it again in second. Then it's Mees, your champ on the number 1. Bronson Bauman on another factory Indian coming through next. We're on board the Indian motorcycle of Briar Bauman. Not flashy tonight, didn't show anything spectacular, but effective, and that's what builds points leads.
This is what championships are made of. Hasn't been strong, started 9th, quietly up to second.
So despite all the varied competition and the upswing lately from the factory Harley team, you still have the 3 factory Indians battling for top 5s. And remember the tire selection, AJ.
Yeah, the top 2 right now on the R5 Dunlop. It really seems like Brandon Robinson, after that restart, probably helped by Sammy Halbert making the mistake into turn 1, has really found his rhythm, pulling away. Briar Bauman settling in, Sammy Halbert running 3rd.
And there it is, this crew, Kennedy Racing and Armbruster Racing, have to be pumped because it appears Brandon Robinson, their man, is going to become the first 2-time winner of the 2019 season. A couple of off years for him. He has absolutely rejuvenated himself in 2019. He's winning races, he's in title contention, and he takes the Southern California half mile. Halbert gonna put the Harley XG 750 on the podium in 3rd. Robinson, though, celebrating. Looks like he's about as happy about win number 2 as he was with his win in Atlanta earlier in the year, proving that was no fluke. Mees 5th, as you say, AJ, not a great run, but if 5th is your worst day, that's still pretty darn solid.
Brandon Robinson with his 2nd win of the 2019 season in the Twins class, podium finish at every car track this season. Brandon, we spoke earlier in the day, and you were telling me that before coming into this race, you raced a fairgrounds race last night. For you, it's about what you love doing, and it's racing. How great is it for you to now take your 2nd win of this season, and especially after a marathon weekend like this?
Man, it's unreal. I can't believe it. You know, the struggles I had the last couple of years, and to come out this strong this early in the season is amazing. And a big part was getting that start, getting out front early, and red flag, I was able to regroup. I was riding really tense in the beginning, and I just told myself to ride smoother, put it into perspective, just breathe, and everything just came together. I can't believe it. It's awesome. It's amazing.
This decision to move from the Harley-Davidson to the Indian team was risky for you. You invested a lot of yourself and a lot of your time and your assets into this team. How rewarding is it for you to now be on the route that you're on?
It's amazing. My decision was solely on the decision of I wanted to win, and that was it. And man, it's paying off. It's crazy. I wasn't sure. It was a big gamble, like I said, and to have the results we're having so far this season is unbelievable. It's just true testament to my team, Jerry Kennedy, my team owner of Kennedy Racing. Man, the guy put heart and soul behind me. He believes in me 100%. And my crew chief, Brent Armbruster, without them two guys, this wouldn't be possible. So it's just a huge hats off to them. This is a team effort for sure. So I'm just stoked.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.